風行ってるかね。風行ってるかね。
聞けない。
コーヒー美味しいかね。
うまいよ。ちょうどいいよ。
Seminary in Jackson, Mississippi. Our seminary is a fully accredited theological school which is committed without reservation to the full authority of the Word of God. This school is devoted to undergirding God's calling of men and women from around the world to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ and to make disciples who will desire to live lives of biblical holiness. Dear friend, if you would like this program or any other of our series of weekly messages, our website is wbs.edu, where you can find out about all of our resources. Please feel free to contact us. Thank you for the privilege of ministering to you. We appreciate your listening, your responses, your prayer, and your support of this vital ministry.
Saturday evenings at 6 Central on American Family Radio. Today on In Grace, we're in Petra, Jordan to discover hidden Jordan. Welcome to In Grace with Jim Scudder Jr. He is the senior pastor of Quentin Road Baptist Church in Lake Zurich, Illinois, as well as the host of In Grace Radio and TV. Today on our very special Friday and weekend edition of In Grace, we are going to take you to an exotic place. We're going to Jordan, and we're going to a very special place in Jordan, one of the wonders of the modern world. We're going to Petra. Oh, Petra, Jordan, one of my favorite places to go. Certainly Jordan is one of my favorite places because of all the biblical sites, and we've gone over some of those last time. But this time we're going to take the entire time and take you on an audio tour of this impressive site in Jordan. This is down in what was called Edom in Bible times.
part of Jordan, and it's really in the middle of desert areas. And you go through this, we call it a wadi, it's called a seek, and you come out, and that's the beautiful treasury. And you might have seen that on Indiana Jones, the big reveal of this city carved right out of the rock. So we're going to take you through that. We're going to talk a little bit about Bible prophecy and how God might be using this place to protect his people in the end times. And so I hope you enjoy today's Discover Hidden Jordan in Grace special. Just before we go to that, I'm going to tell you in a minute how you can get the Discover Hidden Jordan video. But before I do, let me tell you about something. We're excited because In Grace is coming to you. And we've been to some places. We've been to Milwaukee, and we've been down to the Tampa area, and we've been to, of course, the Chicago area and a few other places. We're going to be going to 2 more places coming up. In October of this year, we're going to go to Mitchell, South Dakota. We know that there are many of our listeners in the Dakotas, North and South Dakota. So everybody in the Dakotas knows Mitchell, and you know the Corn Palace. We're going to be at the Corn Palace. We're going to hold a rally, and we want you to come. We have a free ticket on our website for you. We hope that you'll come and meet us at the In Grace rally, the Gather in Grace in Mitchell, South Dakota. We're also going to be going to Phoenix, Arizona. Now, of course, we're going to go there in the winter to try to get out of Chicago and the snow, and we're going to be there in February. So those of you that listen in Phoenix, we would love to meet you. Please go to our website. We have a free ticket for you for both of these events, and we would be so honored and thrilled to meet you. Now, how can you get the Discover Hidden Jordan video? These are beautiful videos, well done. Our videographers are amazing, and it's well edited. So we're going to be giving this away to those of you that support In Grace with a gift of any amount. We're going to send you a digital copy, a link so you can watch this full-length video and enjoy Discover Hidden Jordan. Now, some of you can give more than, let's say, $5, $10, $20. If you can give $35, we're going to make sure all of that goes into ministry, into getting the gospel out. And we're going to thank you by sending you not only Discover Hidden Jordan digital or DVD, we're also going to send you an awesome book about the Antichrist, the coming world leader, and a prophecy chart called Armageddon's Dawn. Now, some of you can do even more than the 35, and if you can do more, let's say $100 or more, let me also send you the full-length 8-part video series, Armageddon's Dawn. This was filmed in Israel, at Armageddon, in Jerusalem, and other places, and it features not only my Bible teaching on the book of Revelation, with lots of graphs and pictures, but also some other great prophecy teachers like Joel Rosenberg, and Menno Kalisher, and Mark Robinson, and Randall Price. We would love to have you get that, as well as a really great video called The Quest to Rebuild the Jewish Temple. All 5 of these resources will equip you to know what's coming in this world in the end times. And we would love for you to contact us at 1-800-78-GRACE, 1-800-78-GRACE, or go to our website, ingraceradio.com. You could also write to us at In Grace, P.O. Box 9, Lake Zurich, Illinois, 60047.
Just call us 800-78-GRACE or go online, ingraceradio.com. You can also write to us at In Grace, P.O. Box 9, Lake Zurich, Illinois, 60047.
The delightful land of Jordan contains many places with biblical significance. Today, we're going to drive south for about 3 hours through the beautiful Jordanian desert on our way to Petra. Petra is a massive Roman-style city, literally carved out of rock, and the potential location where God may protect the Jews during the Great Tribulation. We arrived at what is called Little Petra late in the evening, and we're looking forward to a good night's sleep so we could be ready for a long day of exploration in Petra.
One of the cool things about the Petra area are these Bedouin cabins. And so they're, it's called a luxury resort. It's actually called the Seven Wonders Luxury Camp. So it's got, each of these domes and these cabins have bathrooms, and it's very nice, very high end. I wouldn't even call it glamping. I would just call it a nice hotel. But what I really love about it is the location. It's about 15 minutes away from Petra, but this is called Little Petra. And what I really love about this site are the hills that are right behind this resort. We've got these beautiful, kind of like Petra, the sandstone, almost like they were just blobbed down and wind eroded, and there's beautiful shapes. But then at night, they've got these incredible lights up all over the hill. It looks like candles up on the different hills and the different caves. Well, here we go, driving into Petra. Petra is one of the most amazing places on the planet. As a matter of fact, it's called one of the 7 new wonders of the world. And so I've been there a few times, but never with a film crew. So I can't wait to show you Petra in Jordan. All right, here's the plan. We are over here at the entry area. We're going to come along what's called the Seek and head over to the first big thing that you're going to see is the treasure. It's kind of like the Indiana Jones reveal. And then from there, we're going to continue to the theater. It's an amazing Roman theater. And if we have enough energy, we're going to continue all the way along all these Roman ruins. This is going to be quite an adventure. The highest peak beyond the first peak, there's another peak. And then there's a white, it looks like the mountaintop is white, but it's actually the dome of a mosque that is sitting over where a church was, commemorating the tomb of Aaron, the brother of Moses. It is said by at least one tradition that this is Mount Hor, where he died, and there's an interesting story about that in the Bible, but I at least wanted to point it out, what might be Aaron's tomb. And as we're on the path, heading to the Seek, the first building we've come to, carved right out of stone. It's really weathered, but this is a tomb. And what's interesting about the tombs here, they would leave it open for 3 days to allow the spirit to come out, and then they would close the tomb. You know, speaking of 3 days, have you ever wondered why it was 3 days from when Jesus arose from his tomb? Well, there was a Jewish tradition that said that the person could come back to life, but after 3 days, they knew that wasn't possible. Jesus stayed in the tomb 3 days and 3 nights, and then he rose again, proving that he had defeated death once and for all. Okay, one of the coolest parts of this whole journey is what's called Al Seek, or the Seek, and this is a slot canyon, very narrow, winding. This was one of my favorite things to do when I was a kid. We'd actually ride horses down. We may ride them back, but we want to walk down. The book of Revelation talks about Israel halfway through the tribulation, maybe understanding, realizing who Yeshua, Jesus, really was. They've been duped by the Antichrist, now they know that, and they come to faith, they are saved. They've looked upon him whom they have pierced. Then the Bible says that they need to flee, and God helps them flee from Jerusalem, from Israel, to Edom, in a place that is apart, that he can protect them. Some people believe that this is a perfect location because it's already set up. It's already a place that would be a great place of hiding. And also, you have here something that's really interesting. The Seek is a natural wadi, or a channel for floodwaters. So if you read the story in Revelation, it says that Satan sends water out of the mouth, or mouth of the dragon, and it goes in toward the nation of Israel who are hiding in this place. And could it be that this is that place where the water flows, and then at the last second, God opens up the ground and the water falls down and God saves and protects Israel? So is it here? I don't know. but this seems like a natural location for that. Okay, folks, I'm starting to see the treasury. This is amazing. When people walk and they come to this point, they're just shocked. Because it's one thing in a picture, it's a whole other thing when you're actually here. Because of the size of it. It's a lot like those, when you're ever anywhere trying to look at something, it's always bigger or grander when you're in person and you actually see it for yourself. But this is just magnificent, especially the way it just kind of pops out of the Sikh and all of a sudden you're here at the treasury. All right, so here we are at the treasury, a building with actual columns, with capitals, with arches, another story. Figures are carved into this. It's unbelievable. Now, it's eroded and some people have chiseled off the faces, but it is one of those things that is just inspiring when you first see it, especially, and you wonder how they did it. To keep it so ornate and, symmetrical. When you're carving something that big, that's got to be really difficult. A lot of people wonder who built these magnificent buildings or carved these magnificent buildings. Well, it's really amazing because it's actually an Arab tribe. They were called the Nabateans, and they were able to do incredible things like carve the treasury. There was also the Greco-Roman influence here, and so you see that in the wall niches, the Greek pantheon of gods, the theater, and all these other things. But it's marvelous what they were able to do, and it has pretty much stood the test of time here in Petra. So it's a little chaotic. I don't remember it being this busy, so I think Petra has become very popular. They give you the option of camel rides, of course, with the option of paying them the dinars. But I'm really wanting a Turkish coffee, so let's go get one. If you ever see this and you're in an Arab country, you gotta get some. It's the real deal. And it's the Arabs that found coffee for us and have made it very popular. All of the coffee seeds were actually grown in these areas and then eventually transported to the Americas. But we're gonna give it a shot. I think it's gonna be a good cup of coffee. So this is Turkish coffee. Basically, they just put the really fine grounds right into the cup with very hot water. So you gotta take it slow, and it's super strong. The other tip when you're drinking Turkish coffee is do not ever drink the bottom part because it's like sludge. Okay, here we go. Packs a punch.
If you've ever dreamed of an exciting adventure to the mysterious land of Jordan, then call 800-78-GRACE or go to ingraceradio.com right now to get your free digital copy of InGrace's new series, Discover Hidden Jordan. And when you give a gift of $35 or more to InGrace this week, Jim Scudder will thank you with not one, not two, but three amazing gifts. The Discover Hidden Jordan DVD, the Armageddon's Dawn Prophecy Chart, and an incredible book written by Dr. James A. Scudder Sr. called The Coming World Leader. And for those of you ready to make a profound impact and help more people hear the clear gospel with a generous gift of $100 or more, Jim Scudder will also include 2 more video series, his 8-part Armageddon's Dawn, and the quest to rebuild the Jewish temple. Again, that's 800-78-GRACE, ingraceradio.com, or write to InGrace, P.O. Box 9, Lake Zurich, Illinois, 60047.
One thing that's very interesting is this area is called Edom, and it goes all the way back to the brother of Jacob, who was Esau. Remember, Esau was reddish, and Edom actually means red. So this whole area is the area of Edom, and this was their capital city called Seir. Now, interesting about Edom and Esau, Moses came here with the children of Israel as they were leaving out of Egypt and traveling through the wilderness. We find that later on the Edomites were disposed by the Nabateans, and so the Nabateans were the Arab peoples that continued to live here and made this city home. But it was really a metropolis, a fantastic city. Not just here, this first building, after you get out of the Sikh, the only way in. Of course, this is magnificent, but there's actually a lot more to still see. We're down a little farther from the treasury, and it's really amazing to see all these carvings, building, tombs all etched in rock. The sun is kind of starting to pierce through in some of these places. But it's just remarkable. It's like you're in a city, but the city is built into the mountain. And the color, I think, is one of the neatest parts of this. Just monumental, though. Massive buildings all the way around us. It's inspiring. It's really awe-inspiring to stand here at Petra and just to see all of the variation of a city built in to a mountain. This is an ancient theater carved right into the red rock here at Petra. I don't know how many this could have sat, but it's, I believe, the only theater carved right into the rock. And of course, Greco-Roman influence here in Petra. But we've seen a lot of these throughout this part of the world. And here's another example, and an example of one that was carved just right into the rock. Pretty cool. This is the ascent up into the monastery, but one thing I want to point out before we walk up all these steps is just the different colors in the rock. You almost have just waves coming across, darker, very red. I think it's just beautiful. So they keep telling us, you're almost there, you're almost there, you're there. It's a little bit of a hike, but you say it's going to be worth it. All right, the monastery, we made it. It's cool, very cool. Is it worth it? It was worth it. But after climbing hundreds of steps, it takes a while to catch your breath and feel your legs again. The monastery, larger than the treasury, was carved in the 3rd century BC. Later, during Byzantine times, it was used as a church, with crosses carved into the soft red sandstone, giving it its name. But unfortunately, what went up must come down, and when we finally made it back to the bottom of all those steps and into the main area of the city of Petra, I felt our team deserved a lift back to the treasury, and camels seemed like the best option if only we could get a fair price. Bartering in the Mideast is expected, and it's also kind of fun. But in order to get a good price, you must be willing to walk away. How about all the way to the parking lot?
I want to take you to the entrance.
Yeah? All the way to the parking lot?
Yeah, to the entrance.
Yeah? On the camel?
No, on the donkey.
Oh, no.
You want a camel? I have one.
You got a big one?
I have one.
That'll hold me?
25, yeah. I want a camel.
No. We're gonna do these.
No. This is the bigger one.
You have 3?
Yes, I have 3.
Okay. How much to the treasury?
To the treasury is 25 for each camel.
No. 15?
Excuse me, I want to make 3 camel for 60 dinar.
40 for 3.
60 dinar for 3.
40.
Okay, give me 50.
Nope, we're doing 40. No.
Okay, excuse me. 45. 45.
40 is the top. 40 is the top. We're just gonna walk, but thank you. Okay, we got it. Okay, so they just handed me the reins to a camel, and I've never, ever driven a camel. So I don't think this is a good idea. How do you say giddy up? Yalla. Yeah, enjoy the ride, he says. Okay, here we go. I'm driving a camel train, folks. This is a first for Ingrace. Okay. Camel? There we go. Watch out, watch out, watch out. Sorry, first time driver. Didn't mean to. Almost ran over a tourist. Poor dude. This is a really bad idea. You need to come here. It's just unbelievable. So massive. And then you add into that these fun Bedouins. You know, still all the shopping here. They're still trying to sell us stuff, even though we're on camels. I think the hardest part might be getting off the camel, because they sit down and almost throw you off. It's crazy. All right, folks, we survived the camel ride out of Petra. It was a blast. I feel like, you know, we were in ancient times and modern times, almost running over tourists. But hey, we made it. So thank you. Well done. Good job. How do you guys feel about how I did?
You did great as a first-time driver.
Almost ran over a few people, and they had like these petrified looks on their face.
But they put a big sticker on the camel, student driver. So I think that helped. People weren't honking at me as much.
And you kept saying first-time drivers.
Yeah.
Well, I would kind of be like, excuse me, watch out. But a lot of people don't speak English. So, and then they would look back and they would be horrified. Yeah, like, what's this stupid American doing?
Camel, there was 4 camels.
Yes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Excellent job.
Yeah.
What an amazing country this is, Jordan. But more important than discovery, touring, seeing new and amazing sights is, do you know Jesus Christ is your Savior? You say, well, I'm skeptical, you know. I maybe there's a God, maybe there isn't, but if there's a God, I'm not sure if I can really know him. Well, mankind for centuries has been trying to find God. He's revealed himself in the Bible. How do we know the Bible's true? All you have to do is look at fulfilled prophecies and the accuracy of Scripture. Jesus, the Son of God, came. He never, ever sinned. He died on a cross. He rose again. And he wants to save you. And the Bible is inviting you just to put your faith in him, just to believe in him. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. To be saved from hell to heaven is just a matter of simple faith, to believe in Jesus, the Son of God.